There is a strange thing that happens inside us. You can be a responsible person. You can be intelligent. You can be kind. And still, your own mind can be the main reason you are not living the life you could live. Not your country, not your boss, not your age, your mind. Before we go into this, if you like content that helps you improve your English and at the same time helps you understand your behavior, your emotions, and your life with more clarity, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It is a small action, but it supports this project and helps this kind of message reach more people who might need it. Today's topic is, your mind holds you back. Not because it is evil, but because it is scared, and sometimes lazy, and sometimes confused. Let us begin with a simple image. Imagine there is a big dog in front of you. If the dog bites you, you feel afraid. That fear makes sense. There is a real danger. But imagine the dog is behind a strong glass. It cannot reach you. It cannot hurt you. Yet your body still reacts as if the danger was the same. You step back. You freeze. You sweat. The fear does not know the difference between danger in reality and danger in my head. Your mind often does the same thing. It tells you with a serious voice, this is dangerous, this is impossible, this is humiliating, this will destroy you. And so, you avoid. You avoid speaking. You avoid trying. You avoid changing. You avoid being seen. Sometimes there is a real risk, but many times, the danger is an old story, a memory, an exaggerated prediction, not the present moment. Your mind is trying to protect you, but in the process, it keeps you small. Let us bring this to something very concrete. Your English. You know that speaking is important. You know that opportunities often appear in English. You know you have already studied for years. But when the moment comes to open your mouth, your mind runs faster than your courage. What if they laugh? What if I forget everything? What if I make a mistake? What if they answer and I do not understand? Your mind creates a whole movie. In that movie, you are the one who fails. You are the one who looks stupid. You are the one who is rejected. The scene has not happened yet, but your body reacts as if it had already happened. You feel shame, fear, paralysis. So you stay silent. Silence, in that moment, feels like safety. But it is also a prison. Every time you obey that movie, you train your brain to believe, I cannot handle this, I must escape. Your mind holds you back. Not because English is impossible, but because your nervous system has learned to interpret English situations as threats. We need to be fair with your mind. Your mind is not your enemy. It is trying to keep you alive. The problem is, it learned this job in old situations. Maybe you were embarrassed in school. Maybe you were criticized for a mistake. Maybe you grew up in a home where nobody took risks. Your mind took notes. Risk is dangerous. Visibility is dangerous. Trying and failing is dangerous. Now you are an adult. You are not in that classroom anymore. You are not under the same authority. You are not the same person. But your mind still uses the old manual. It sends the same alarms. We could say it like this. Your life changed. Your mind did not notice. So how do we update it? Not by fighting it, not by insulting it. You are stupid, mind. That does not help. We update it by giving it new experiences. Experiences like, I spoke, I made mistakes, and I survived. I did not understand everything, and the world did not end. I tried something new, and the result was not perfect, but I felt proud. Your mind learns from repeated proof, not from inspirational quotes. Now there is another way your mind holds you back. Not with fear, but with stories. You have a storyteller inside your head. It is very active. You say, I want to improve my English. The storyteller wakes up. Too late. You are too old. You are not consistent. You tried before, remember, and you failed. You do not have the talent. Other people have more time, more money, more support. The storyteller does not present these as possibilities. It presents them as facts. You feel like you are listening to the news. Objective, cold, real. But many of these facts are just interpretations. Let us examine one of them. You're not consistent. Is that a fact or a story? You might say, but it is true I always quit. Always. Every area, every moment, every season. Or, more honestly, in some moments of my life with some habits, I have not been consistent. This is different. One version says, this is who I am forever. The other says, this is a pattern I have repeated, but it is not my identity. Your mind loves words like always and never. I always fail. I never learn. I always feel anxious. I never understand English speakers. These words give your mind a sense of comfort. If it is always, you do not need to try. The case is closed. No responsibility. No risk. Your mind holds you back by using extreme language to avoid the discomfort of possibility. Because possibility means you might need to do something. You might need to show up again. You might need to face disappointment. So your mind says, no possibility, only destiny. You are this. End of story. But the story is not the end. It is just one version. You can start to hear your internal narrator with more distance. Like you would listen to a friend who loves drama. You care about them. You do not believe every sentence. When your mind says, I always fail, you can answer, do I? Always? In everything? Or are you just afraid right now? This small internal conversation starts to loosen the chains. Now, another way your mind holds you back is through comfort. We often talk about fear, but we forget convenience. Your mind likes what is familiar, even if it is not good. A familiar pain can feel safer than an unknown freedom. You already know how it feels to complain about your English. You already know how it feels to say, I understand, but I do not speak. You know how to live with this frustration. It is part of your identity. If you truly change, if you start speaking, if you create new opportunities, you will become someone else. That is scary. So your mind protects the current version. It says, tomorrow, next month, when things calm down, when I have more time. Comfort has very polite excuses. Not aggressive, not dramatic, just soft delays. Your mind holds you back by making the path of least resistance sound like wisdom. Be realistic. Do not push yourself too much. Now is not a good time. Sometimes that is true. Many times, it is a disguise. Procrastination in formal clothes. Let us now turn the light a little bit. I do not want you to feel that your mind is only a problem. The same mind that holds you back is also the mind that can liberate you. The ability to imagine disaster is the same ability you can use to imagine possibility. You can rehearse failure. You can also rehearse courage. Remember the last time you felt proud of yourself. Maybe it was a small thing. You spoke even though your voice shook. You walked into a new place. You finished something important. You said no when you needed. Who made that decision? Your mind. Not the fearful automatic part. The deeper, wiser part. Some people call it conscience. Some call it higher mind. Some call it your adult self. The name is not important. What matters is that you remember you are not only your fear. there is a part of you that knows the difference between I am in danger and I am uncomfortable, between this is impossible and this is new, between I cannot and I have not learned how to do this yet. The practice is to give more microphone time to that part. How? Let us do something very simple. The next time you are in an English situation or any situation that stretches you, your fearful mind will probably say, run, hide, say nothing, say you cannot. In that moment, before obeying, take one breath, just one. Inside that breath, ask, is this actual danger or just discomfort? If it is actual danger, respect that. If it is discomfort, you can say, thank you, mind, for trying to protect me. But this time, we are going to do something different. We are going to stay a little longer. Maybe you still do not speak for 10 minutes, but you stay. You listen. You let the fear rise and then fall. You survive. Your mind takes note. Ah, we did not die. Next time, the alarm will still come, but a little bit weaker. Another exercise. Your mind loves to ask, what if it goes wrong? You can start to complete the question. What if it goes wrong and I learn from it? What if it goes wrong and I realize it was not the end of the world? What if it goes wrong and I discover I am stronger than I think? The fear does not magically disappear, but it loses its total power. You are not just a passenger in the car of your thoughts. You can touch the steering wheel. Now, there is a deeper layer. Sometimes your mind holds you back because success itself is threatening. If you improve your English, if you get that job, if you change your habits, you will have less excuses. You will not be able to say, I cannot because of my English, or it is not my fault, it is my situation, in the same way as before. Responsibility will increase. Your mind may be afraid of this. It may prefer to stay in a place where you can blame external things, instead of deciding what to do with your capacity. That is why sometimes, right when things start to go well, you disappear. You stop studying. You cancel the practice. You break your own rhythm. And your mind says, see, I knew you could not maintain it. But in truth, it was not a lack of capacity. It was fear of a new level of responsibility. This is uncomfortable to hear, but it can be liberating. Because once you see it, you cannot pretend you do not know. You can say, part of me is afraid of who I could become, but I am even more tired of staying who I have been. Now I want to offer you one more perspective. Your mind is like a house. For many years, you let anyone enter. Teachers, parents, friends, society, social media, they all came in, left some furniture, painted the walls with their opinions. Do not be loud. You are not creative. You are not smart. Your accent is ugly. Dream smaller. People like you do not go far. As a child or a teenager, you did not have the power to choose. The door was open. Now, as an adult, you can renovate. You will not burn the house. You will walk through the rooms, look at each piece of furniture, each phrase on the wall, and ask, is this mine? Do I want to keep this? Maybe you see a big sign that says, I am terrible at languages. Who wrote this? A teacher who shamed you years ago. A family member who made a joke. Your own voice when you were tired. You can decide, this sentence does not belong here anymore. You do not erase your history. You remove its authority. You put a new sign. Not, I am amazing at languages effortlessly, but something honest and open. I can learn. I have not learned enough yet. Your mind holds you back when you believe everything that was written on its walls without ever questioning it. Growing up internally means becoming the owner of the house. You may not have chosen all the initial decorations, but now you choose what stays. Before we close, let us do a small inner experiment. Think of one area where you feel stuck. Maybe it is English. Maybe it is relationships. Maybe it is your career. Maybe it is your health. Ask yourself, if I imagine taking one small step forward in this area, what is the first sentence my mind says to stop me? Listen. Maybe it says, you will fail. You will look ridiculous. You will disappoint people. You will not maintain it. You do not have what it takes. Do not argue immediately. Just notice. This sentence is one of the keys that locks your life. Now answer it in a calm, adult way. For example, if I fail, I will be uncomfortable, but I will learn something I cannot learn from staying still. If I look ridiculous, some people may laugh, but others may respect my courage. If I cannot maintain it at first, that is information, not a final identity. You are not promising perfection. You are opening a window. Your mind will resist. It will say, this is naive. You are just thinking positive. But there is a difference between lying to yourself and refusing to repeat old lies. Your mind has been training you for years to expect disaster. It is allowed to learn a new skill. Expecting difficulty, yes, but also growth. When this audio ends, your mind will continue talking. It will comment on your day. It will judge. It will compare. It will worry. This will not stop overnight. You do not need to silence it. You need to relate to it differently. You can remember 3 simple things. First, not every thought deserves your obedience. Second, fear in your body does not always mean you are in danger. Sometimes, it only means you are at the edge of your comfort. Third, the same mind that holds you back can be trained to walk beside you instead of in front of you pulling the brakes. Your mind will always say something. But your life is not defined only by what it says. It is defined by what you do with what it says. See you next time.